If you were concerned about the depth at the wide receiver spot for the 49ers, if you were concerned that maybe, hey, you got Ricky Pearsall and a bunch of question marks early in the season, fear not. Worry not. The Niners are way ahead of you. They went out and got a guy. Okay. Let me tell you about this guy that they just traded for. Second round pick a couple of years ago, just a few years ago. Super Bowl champion. Does that do anything for you? Explosive, fast. Is he productive? Not yet. But now he gets to go to a real organization. Forget the Kansas City Chiefs. They don't know what they had or what they just traded away, because the Niners just got Skyy Moore. Not Sky with one Y. No. Skyy with two Ys for this wide receiver. What do you think about this move, and why is it so good?
They went out and got a superstar. We asked them to take a swing, and they just hit on a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Back-to-back Super Bowl champion. The only year the Chiefs couldn't win the Super Bowl is when they weren't throwing the ball to Skyy. So obviously he was the key to their success, and we just ripped that out from under them. So
Lauren Klein puts it best, as he's one of the receivers in the NFL. That is so true.
Yeah, he is.
Here, let me say what I like about this move without any sarcasm. The Niners gave up next to nothing. Yeah. It was a pick swap in 2027. So they were probably going to cut him in Kansas City, and the Niners said, hey, we'd like him now as opposed to next week. So they gave up a pick in 2027, and the Chiefs gave one back. So you didn't make a panic move for Romeo Doubs or someone who's not going to make you a contender.
Yeah, I mean, what sarcasm aside, what I like about it is he's just a solid depth piece. Like, he's just solid. He's also a solid special team player. So if anything happens to Bergen, or for whatever reason they just don't think he's that good, Skyy Moore's a good punt returner, kick returner. And yeah, he's just solid depth. So when BA Jawan gets back, you just have solid depth piece. It's nothing crazy, but
right. Here's what I don't like about this move. To me, it's the that they're so desperate, because by November, theoretically, Ayuk's back, Robinson's back, Jennings is here, Watkins is healthy, Cowing is healthy, Pearsall, that's 6 guys. Mm-hmm. So Skyy Moore by November isn't going to be on this team, or maybe he'll be on the practice squad. So you're that desperate that you are going to throw away some pick in 2027, as small as insignificant as it may be, for Band-Aid. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But
I could see Cowing being the one that ends up being gone come November.
Oh, so they just put Cowing on notice.
Yeah, I think Cowing's been hurt like his entire tenure so far with the Niners. He's super small, and every time he has an opportunity to really show something, he ends up getting hurt. So I honestly think this might be a Cowing replacement more than a we're going to get rid of him come November. I think they're going to get rid of Cowing come November.
Interesting. What about Junior Bergen? Do you think this puts him on notice?
I feel like Junior Bergen's pretty comfortably their kick and punt returner. And he's a rookie, so I don't think they'll get rid of him. He hasn't been hurt, so there's no point in getting rid of someone who hasn't been hurt and is a good special teams player. I think this is more for Cowing. I don't really see anyone else he'd be really I guess quote unquote competing with other than Cowing, because again, Watkins has had a crazy good camp. Bergen has been good, and he's a rookie, so I just don't see them moving on from him. Cowing is the only one where it's we'd love to get you on the field, but you can't ever get on the field. Every time you have the opportunity, you get hurt. And he's already small, so it's it's just going to get worse when you start getting hit by starters.
So if you're just tuning in, the Niners traded for Skyy Moore. He's 5'10", 195. He was the 54th pick in the draft in 2022. The Chiefs took him. He went to Western Michigan. He has 43 career catches, 1 touchdown. He had no catches last year on 3 targets, and the Chiefs were going to cut him. So why don't we check in with David Lombardi to see how we should think and feel about this move? Because I want to like it more. Here's the thing. I'm emotionally invested in the 49ers, maybe too emotionally invested. I'm a 37-year-old man, but I love this team. I love them. And they make moves, and I don't know how to feel about them. But this man,
Mhm.
I just started reading him. He makes me
Mhm.
feel so good, Tyler. Every
Yeah.
time he makes me feel wonderful about the
I'm
moves and the
yeah.
team. So why don't we check in with David and see what he thinks of the Skyy Moore? Okay, here he is. David Lombardi, this guy's new. I love him. He says, what the Niners like about Skyy Moore and what made them interested in him ahead of the 2022 draft, how he knows this, I don't know, is his explosion out of the gate. I don't know what gate he's referring to. 1.46 10-yard split is elite, Tyler,
Mm,
and not
mm.
congruent, oh, I love that word, with other metrics. But Shanahan will hope that explosion can help create some space. Now he's telling us what Shanahan hopes.
Yeah.
So we got a spider graph. We got a
Yeah.
lot of copium here. This guy might be elite. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Love
There's
that.
a response to that tweet. It was like really intelligent.
Oh,
Just
wow.
yeah, yeah,
Tyler
yeah,
LaRocca couldn't agree more with you,
yeah,
Dave. Not sure why
yeah,
people keep telling me I'm wrong when I talk about him being a top 10
yeah,
receiver. We just stole from under their noses. I don't know why Grant Cohn would say this, but he's a troll and a jerk. A
yeah.
jerk.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I think that like that Tyler guy's pretty well known. Like, I don't think he's missed on a take yet. So hearing him say something like that, like that's pretty. That's a confidence booster. I mean, yeah, I guess the 10-yard split's the big thing with Purdy too, right? Is his 10-yard split? He's so fast.
One thing I
Um,
love about David Lombardi's coverage is like the Niners will trade for someone who's not going to be on the team for more than a week or someone that no one's legitimately ever heard of. And within an hour, he's like, this is why this guy is so good. It's like, dude, you haven't heard of him either. But I have heard of Skyy Moore
no,
because
I've
any
heard of
any
Skyy
guy who
Moore.
has two Y's back to back in their name is a guy you don't forget.
Yeah, I've heard of Skyy Moore just because I remember when they drafted him and everyone was hyping him up like he was going to be.
He was supposed to replace Tyreek Hill. Remember, they had
Yeah,
just traded Tyreek and they're like, doesn't matter because they drafted Skyy Moore.
yeah. I was trying to look up. I swear he actually did something good against us in the Super Bowl. I thought I can't. I'm pretty sure he like had a big play in the Super Bowl against us. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think it's one of those moves that's just
It's
a
definitely one of
move.
those moves, is what I would
It's
say.
just it's just a move, man. You know, there's not much.
Let's check out his combine from 3 years ago. So he's not quite 5'10. Runs a 4.4 flat, and yeah, and he doesn't produce in the NFL, but he did run a 4.4 flat at one point in his career. So there's that. So
But
Skyy
hey, I
Moore.
will say, we had Juwan for years, and Juwan wasn't producing jack, and now he's like wanting to get paid a ton of money. So who knows? Maybe we'll, maybe Kyle will turn him into something. I think it's just a good depth piece. You know, it's kind of like Robbie Chosen. It's just like cool. You know, whatever. I think it's more for cowing. If I was cowing, I'd be
When
nervous.
Skyy Moore makes the game-winning catch week 1, I'm gonna pull up this clip of you being like, "Whatever, it's whatever." Like, no, I'm super
Actually,
excited about
you
this
see how
because
many
yeah.
tweets I
Did
have
you see
about
his
him being
burst
top
though? Did
10?
you see his 10-yard split? It's
That's what I'm
elite, Tyler.
I mean, hey, I'll tell you this. If he can beat man coverage with that 10-yard burst, he might have a place on this team because no one else can do it besides
I
Brandon
mean,
Ayuk.
look, you can't judge a receiver. I mean, he's only had 3 years with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Like, how are you going to show your skill and quality in a system like that with a quarterback? Like, it can't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, they didn't even need him. They had so many good receivers. So I think on this team,